All right, traders, Mike here with the watch list video for Friday, November 3rd. The SPY with a big gap up today. Remember I talked about coming up and retesting the 200? Well, we gapped up and squeezed. I think some shorts probably caught off guard here. If you just go back, what, 4 sessions? We firmly lost the 200 day. It felt like, we're just in a weaker market now. Then we come back up, retest, and then today, boom. Pretty impressive. The bad thing about this is a lot of charts look the same now, like big days today, right? So it's hard for me to make a watch list for tomorrow. But if you don't know, this is what my watch lists are about, right? This is a video of stocks I'll be watching for intraday long setups tomorrow. Simple as that. Stocks that are in play lately and have a strong chance of giving a good setup for a day trade. I don't hold anything overnight. Do I keep saying even my wife? Joke gets old, but I've already got it in writing, so I'll say it again. It's not worth the risk to me to hold overnight. So most people think every trader is an investor. A true day trader looks for intraday opportunities and goes to 100% cash each night. Many investors in the room still log in to make some money between the bells with us, right? So speaking of stocks that are in play, let me go into the watch list. Again, impressive move there in the SPY. PLTR, a big gap up. Again, a lot of charts look like this, but I guess it's a little bit interesting. They had earnings and it topped out at 1830, and then the most recent high back here was 1844. So if you look at that horizontal line, if we take out today's high tomorrow, maybe we take out that 1844 and push up, and test this. So test those highs from whatever it was, July or August. Tupperware, TUP, kind of interesting, right? It had this big squeeze back here. Then it made like a second attempt back here and got squashed down. And now you're making a third attempt and you keep getting lower highs. But you also now have a higher low and a coiled scenario. You have the 200 day there also. But if we can break above this little coil, 3-day coil here, we might come up to challenge this area and it may start a new round of short squeeze. So I kind of like the chart, but I'm only going to trade that if I get an A+ setup. ALPN. Let me pan out a little bit here. Again, kind of like PLTR, a big pop up near or right at recent highs. A follow-through day would kind of be breakout territory. But you also have to keep in mind on all these, they're also very extended because of the big day today. So something to think about. Beyond Meat, BYND, this hasn't made my watch list in a long time, and you can see why. The chart's been ugly. Pretty nice volume today, though, and I think they reported. Don't ever quote me on this because I'm going by memory and I'm old and my memory sucks, but I thought I remembered they reported this morning, and I don't think they were stellar earnings. But maybe, when you're down here on a chart this ugly and you report earnings that aren't good and you move up, maybe you found a bottom, right? So there's a lot of shorts in the name, so I'm going to watch for a follow-through day tomorrow, see if we get an A+ setup. SPGI, strong move, 200-day above, might act as a magnet, maybe a trade there. AI, same space as PLTR, right? The artificial intelligence space. This thing, you pick that horizontal line there and horizontal line there. I guess I could have drawn them, but I didn't. It's kind of a breakout over this box, right? So we're going to watch that. Where am I? PayPal, PYPL, gapped up on earnings. Look at the intraday. Sold off immediately, then ended up closing back at the high. So maybe a follow-through day on that one tomorrow. AFRM, kind of in that same space. Nice breakout today and a pretty strong close. MNTS, I'm going to zoom in so you can see it a little better. Kind of a sleeper pick, but it did have I'm going to give you the numbers. The low of this day, let me try that again. The low of that day right there is 176. And then 4 days later, it hit almost $6. So this doesn't look like a big move, but that's a huge move, right? Came back down, held the 20-day, and is starting to curl back up. Lower float stock, I believe. So I'm definitely going to watch that one. LMND, Lemonade, I think maybe also AI related and a big move today. Just ripped right through the 200-day. I would like to see that one come in for a day or two, but this is one of my favorites to watch for the next week or two going forward. I like the numbers on it. And when I say that, let me tell you what I mean. I'm going to look it up real quick. LMND, float only 49 million, and at least FinViz says 33% short, right? So you got a lot of shorts in trouble. I'm sure some of them covered today. But this could have a nice follow through over the coming week or so. So that one's going to be on a chart until I can't find a reason to look for a trade. Right? I think that one's got potential over the next week or two. Again, maybe not tomorrow because it's extended. PLTR, I've got on the list twice, so let me undo that. SPRC, another kind of sleeper pick. Again, there's a recent high, a lower high, another lower high, but a couple green days. If this can curl back up and take out the high from this day, which had big volume, over 22 million, and that was 664. Over that, you might start to squeeze. I like the looks of that, just because I've talked about in the last videos, shorts pounce on this thing every time it moves up. And this time, if shorts fail, you might get a nice pop. Anyway, save, another red day. So it just goes back on bounce walks. And then lastly, ALDX, which had this big pop on what sounded like really nice news and on massive volume yesterday. It gave an inside day today on much lower volume. So I'm kind of looking, it's a weird daily, right, with this island down here, but I'm kind of looking for a third day play. So I'm going to treat it like a bounce play. All right, that's enough. I could have chosen 100 stocks to put on here. If you didn't know, Apple reported after hours and they are down. I'll just show you that real quick. I'm not be trading it tomorrow, I don't think, but there's the daily on Apple, closed at 177.57. It's at 170.160 in after hours. So all the way down to about the 200 day. So that's worth noting because it's such a big name. All right. Anyway, I'm done babbling. We'll see you guys in the chat room in the morning.